So we're here with.
My name's Adam Korlick. How you doing?
So he's saying that this is a Saturn Pluto, only two of them.
Yeah, it's the Sega Pluto prototype. So Sega had like this obsession with planets, hence the Sega Saturn. This was like an upgraded version, think like PS4 to PS4 Pro. So Saturn Pro. So it had a built-in modem and a built-in hard drive. So it's the first console in history with a hard drive in it.
Wow.
Predates the Xbox by 5 years.
Did not know that.
Yeah, so long story short, Sega made two of them, and that was it. They kept one in Japan, they kept one in the US. The American one ended up in a flea market in 1999. My buddy bought it for $3.
See, you gotta get.
And he just held on to it.
Gotta get to the flea market.
Yeah, and then he eventually, when I met him, he was like, "Yeah, if you think people will care, sure, take it to conventions. I don't care." So here it is in real living color. Go ahead and play it and enjoy it.
So this right here, the sensor, what is that for? A controller?
This is new. This is like Retrofit makes these. But basically, they donated it so people could play with a wireless controller on it.
Oh, all right. Well, thank you. Thank you
You're
for sharing. Other yellow hat guy here, brought to you by the power of the internet. So, SEGE 2022. I didn't really get a chance to talk about it in a timely manner, like, right after SEGE. I had other things going on, work stuff that I had to deal with. Two things. We are in the game room today, like always, and I'm aware I've got a giant hole right here. I decided to wear a green Xbox shirt to record, and it wasn't a problem then, but I'm doing this type of video now, and I'm aware that it is. I'm just not going to change shirts. I'm sorry. Love you guys, but kind of taking a lazy day here and want to put my thoughts out here. So this SEGE was different because normally I focused on the games. This time I focused on networking. I got to meet a couple of YouTube creators. I'll have pictures with me with them up there. Some I didn't know and weren't aware of, and some I haven't seen in years, meaning I haven't seen them in years, but also there were others I haven't seen their content in years. And I had a really good time. I got there kind of late. I had some other things I needed to do prior to that, so I didn't really get to hang out with any of my friends who went or anything like that, other than maybe seeing them in passing or seeing videos where they posted things that they bought. I myself spent just $20. Really, I didn't get anything. I wanted to give you the zero, but that's not true. I got this lovely Mario cake pan, and I look forward to having Mario cakes. I think I've seen these online, or I might have seen it at another convention, and they might have wanted more, but this convention, I got to tell you, with inflation and everything happening, there were no mom and pop who were just trying to get rid of stuff in their garage that I saw. I might have missed those guys because I was there late. Also, maybe if I would have went on Sunday, where some people who were just trying to get rid of stuff would have showed up. But I didn't find any of those guys this go around. There were games that I know I could get locally for $30, there for $60, $70. Whew. Just wasn't going to happen. That said, regardless of that, I got to have a good time. We had a content creator that I was excited to meet, really excited to meet this guy. This guy shaped my videos. And I did do a sympathy for on Boogie2988. I did do one on him. And I had to think, was it because I didn't like the guy? It happened so long ago that I couldn't remember. But it wasn't any of that at all. It was mainly dealing with him defending himself over his encounter with somebody who was online. I may not have known all the facts and everything that came out of that story, so I won't get into that here, but I did make that video, and the big takeaway for me was you can have creators that maybe you follow and they might have different opinions from you, but don't forget that they're people just like you, and to not be disingenuous to myself, I still wanted to remind this person that, hey, you had a pronounced impact on my life mid to late 2000s, 2010s, like I would say 2010s, not 2000s, because when I discovered this guy, it was around a time where I was like, you can do this, like you can do YouTube videos and it doesn't matter what you looked like, bad teeth, short, I had self-esteem issues, money problems, all of that. And here was this guy putting himself into these different characters, just embellishing in it in a way that was like, hey, you might look at me this way in a third, but how I look at myself, or at least convey to you, is going to supersede any of negativity that you could say to me on the internet. So here was this guy, really big guy, he had his own issues. I won't go into all that. If you're familiar with him, he's been open about, his lifestyle and, mistakes that he's made. So what you can take from that is to learn from those things so that you don't have to deal with them, or that you deal with them in a way that's more positive. And that's what I always loved about that person. So Steve, whenever you see this, thank you once again. And I was happy that I was able to tell you, because as I get older, a lot of people that were my heroes or people I looked up to, they pass on, and you may not get a moment to say thank you. And maybe that thank you is what they needed to hear. Look, I wear a yellow hat. Y'all know Justin Carmichael. If you don't, look him up. You know his story. And I felt like if I had a chance to tell him I enjoyed his videos, maybe he'd still be here. He had his own issues going on, and they were nothing like Boogie's. All right, Boogie's weren't on that level, so I'm not comparing the two. I'm just saying that this could be a moment to where maybe the universe was like, Boogie needs to hear that he has fans out there that care and that value him, even if y'all aren't, I'm not his #1 fan or whatever. There was still a time where he put out what it's like to be broke, and hearing somebody else say that, especially someone who didn't look like me, give their personal story and say, hey, I'm kind of where this person was and going through what he's going through. $25 to my name, and I just packed up personal items in 2014 and drove all the way to Pennsylvania for a contract position, not knowing what was going to happen. But I said, I need to take this chance for myself because I'm tired of being broke. That said, he ended up getting it with a roommate named Chad. That's what I'm doing right now. He ended up getting his house and looking out for people who looked out for him. I feel like that's what I'm doing right now. He ended up getting married, and everything seemed great, and YouTube channel was taking off, and hopefully I can be there one day where both of those things, minus the divorce, but hopefully I can get that channel with you guys' help where it needs to be. I make lots of content, maybe not the best, but this isn't about me. It's just showing you that that path is what I aspire to, and I wanted to thank this person because I enjoy making these videos. Whether YouTube was paying nothing, I'd still be making content if they provided this platform. So Boogie, thank you for all of that. Thank you for those moments where you shared yourself with us in a way that we could say, hey, I can do better. What's my excuse? So yeah, I got to meet him and tell him all of that, and I'll probably have a separate video showing our interaction because I did do that. I wanted to share all that here, and maybe I'll still show it here, but then have an edited version, and then members only or something like that show like the raw video. How about that? We'll do it like that. So yeah, SEGE overall was good. I got to hang out with the Game Chasers as always. Been seeing them since 2014, maybe 2011, 2014. I can't remember, but always good seeing them. They show off their movie. I don't mean show off in a bad way. They actually showed their movie free, Adventures in Game Chasing, and I really enjoyed that. Thank you, Billy and Jay, for allowing me to watch that. And I'm thinking about doing a review on that shortly. So yeah, I'm looking forward to the next SEGE. Maybe and it wasn't this time that I didn't have money. In a past SEGE, I only had like a few bucks and could only afford Superman 64. This time I did have money. Just nothing that really caught my eye other than that Mario cake pan. Metal Jesus Rocks. It was cool seeing him. Much taller in person than I thought he would be. Cool guy. Another guy that I followed, doing hidden gems. He did find some stuff that he wanted. I'm not really a collector like that anymore, but I still appreciate somebody, one of the OGs still making retro content. So I will wrap it up here. Sorry to anybody I didn't mention by name, but hopefully I had pictures with you or something like that. And I'm going to see you guys in the next one. Other Yellow Hat Guy is out.
Actually, that guy's not here. It's like nobody wants to talk to him. He's a cuck. Have you seen that? He got cucked. He really did. He really did. I heard it on the internet. Everything you hear is true on the internet, right?
For the most part. It's probably somebody doing some reviews, some H3 podcast, something like that, saying something.
Actually, you know what? Fuck that character shit. I'm gonna be honest with you, okay? Apologize for swearing.
He's breaking character. I'm getting demonetized already.
But, man, he's been a pleasure talking to you.
Yeah, this guy has changed my life in so many ways, and no, you have, because all it takes is one voice for you to be inspired and say, what's my excuse? This man weighed so much more, different situations going on, and I was like, what's my excuse? I've got to do better. We all can do better.
Here's what I can say, okay? I don't know about all that, but I'll say this, okay? If you've got to be dumb, you got to be tough, okay? And I'm dumb as they come. And on top of that, there's no reason to quit. Life's a video game. And you know what? Some of us have the game on easy mode. Some of us are playing fucking Dark Souls 2. Some of us have the hard mode. And it doesn't matter because it's the only game you ever get to play. When I was a kid, I'd go rent a game over the weekend. Sometimes I got Mario. Sometimes I got Ninja Gaiden, okay? And when I got Ninja Gaiden, I hated it because that game is too hard. But you know what? I don't get to go back to the store until Monday. This is the only game I got this weekend. I will beat that game. Right? That's life. You just beat the game. You play the game that you were given, and you never stop playing. Who says the controller now? So you pussy, you bought it, you played it, you rented it, you played it.
Yeah, that was Bart versus the Space Needs for me. We got that.
God, that game was so bad.
Had no instructions really. I was like, if I had seen They Live as a kid, I probably could have progressed a little bit better.
No.
But then you see those jumps that
The jumps are impossible.
AVGN is doing in his videos. I'm like, nah, I'm glad. I take another 30 spankings instead of playing that crap.
30 spankings.
30, yeah, 30.
That's a lot.
It's a lot. We got spankings for everything.
They never did make a good Bart game, did they?
I don't think so.
They were all bad. Simpson Arcade. That's it.
That's it.
Oh, Hit and Run.
Yeah.
I mean, okay. The Bart games
by
bad.
himself.
Yeah, they're bad.
Trash.
We're gonna go play Hit and Run.
Let's do it.
We gotta have it here somewhere.
Let's do it.
Let's ride.
Boogie versus Other Yellow Hat Guy right here. Bye.
Bye.
Captain Sensation.